So it's been a while since I did a day in the life vlog. It's been almost 7 months. The last one I did was right before COVID hit. So I wanted to kind of show you guys what's changed in my life. You know, obviously not being at the cafe was a huge adjustment. It's been about 6 months since we sold the cafe, and now I'm mainly focused on coaching, creating and selling my online courses and programs. I just launched a new marketing membership. So I just kind of wanted to show you guys what a typical day entails. We also decided to homeschool this year. So this vlog is going to be a little bit different. My other ones have been more business related. This one definitely is more personal, all the way from getting ready in the morning to having some champagne at night and some Q&A with Chris and I. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. And if you have any questions or anything like that, just feel free to comment and let me know. Hey everyone, it's Michelle. I realized a little bit ago that I have not done a day in the life vlog in about 7 months since quarantine started. So I'm going to take you guys behind the scenes today. It's Monday. As you guys probably know, one of my sons has special needs, and Monday is the only day that he doesn't have any services. So he doesn't have OT, he doesn't have speech therapy, and he doesn't have special ed. And we've chosen to homeschool our kindergartner this year due to COVID. So I'm gonna let you guys get a little glimpse behind the scenes in that too. But so today's Monday, so it's kind of our light schooling day just because it's our day off from Silas with services. So we usually kind of go on some sort of adventure. So today's already off to an interesting foot, which is honestly pretty typical of my life. But we're actually gonna head to Buffalo today. I got a text from my mom. Both my husband Chris and I's families are in Buffalo. And so we are in Buffalo pretty frequently. It's about 90 minutes from us. She asked if we wanted to kind of spend the day there, hit up some playgrounds, maybe the zoo. And since we have kind of the day off, we're gonna go ahead and do that. I'm also running a challenge for validating your business idea. So it's a Play Cafe Academy related challenge. It starts today. So today's the first day. So you guys get to see kind of what that entails. I have some items on my business to-do list later. I'm gonna be going live in my Facebook group. I have a one client call. I'm only doing funnel services for a very limited number of clients. So I have a client call. I have some client work that I have to catch up on for that one particular client. And we're gonna do some homeschooling stuff later. So you guys are really gonna get to see what life is like now that I've sold my business, now that I mainly focus on marketing services and creating and selling online courses around helping people open profitable play cafes, and also just helping more generalized local businesses. I'm also taking a course right now, so I'm delivering a 5-day challenge and I'm leading that group, and I am also taking a course. So I'm taking Amy Porterfield's Digital Course Academy. Today is day 1, so you guys will also get to see what that entails. So I'm excited to kind of bring you guys behind the scenes today. I had to start kind of early, so sorry about the don't follow me for makeup advice or anything like that. I just did my makeup in 5 minutes. But yeah, this is gonna be a kind of day behind the scenes of our life as entrepreneurs, work from home parents, and homeschoolers. All right, let's do it. So I've just been spending the morning kind of doing some of my client work. I have a meeting at 3:15. So I got all of my tasks done for that. I put together the meeting agenda. And something I do every Monday morning is I love eating hard-boiled eggs. It's one of my go-to like meal prep solutions because it's cheap and it's easy. I don't know if you guys ever do this, but I actually cook them in the oven. So if you guys can see, that's like a muffin tin. And I always put the eggs in there and I hard-boil them that way instead of doing it in the water. It takes like a half hour on 350. It's so easy. I just shock them with cold water and ice after, and I have breakfast for the entire week. And my 5-year-old loves hard-boiled eggs too, and it's great protein for him. So that's something that I do every single Monday while I'm kind of getting some work done. And when that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and peel all of them, store them for the week, and then I'm going to start on my coursework. It's 9:19 in the morning. We're probably not going to leave until around 10:30, so I have some time. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get these out of the oven, and I'm gonna have breakfast, and then I'm gonna get started with the coursework. All right, both of my kids are getting to enjoy some iPad time right now so that I can go ahead and finish module 1 of Digital Course Academy, which is the Amy Porterfield course that I'm taking right now. This year, 2020, for me is all about education. I will invest pretty much in anything that I can get my hands on if it's going to make my business better, if it's going to help me grow as a person or an entrepreneur, or if it's going to help me get my students more impact and improve their lives for the better even more. So I recently invested in Stu McLaren's Tribe program, which was a couple $1,000s. Digital Course Academy was $2,000. But again, to me, that is my biggest initiative of this year, is I really want to refine all of my information products. I want to make sure they are as helpful and as actionable as possible so that I can get all of my students the best results possible. So again, my kids are all set up with their iPads next to me. They love when I get to do stuff like this because that means they get to have a little screen time. So I have just under an hour before we have to leave for Buffalo. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try to complete module 1. So let's do it. All right, we are all set to head to Buffalo. The kids are gonna get to spend some time with their grandparents. I'm gonna be able to get some work done. We're gonna play outside. We're gonna do some learning stuff with the kids, and then I'm gonna come home and make dinner and get some more work done. So we're headed to Buffalo, we're excited. We usually do a lot of songs and stuff in the car on the way there. So it's Halloween, so we've been doing a lot of Halloween songs. We also do random things in the car, like try to memorize phone numbers, addresses, things like that with my 5-year-old. Just one of those things, we always do that. And I personally love listening to podcasts in the car. So I listen to a couple different business podcasts that I've talked about on this channel before, but I also am a huge true crime junkie. So I love listening to podcasts like The Murder Squad and Sword and Scale and Crime Junkie and Morbid. I love all of those, and I especially have an interest in the podcasts that try to make an impact. So I love podcasts that cover cases that are unsolved, or people that are still missing, or really cases, or maybe even wrongfully convicted people. So I love Undisclosed. I love legal podcasts like that as well, because I really love the ability to be able to make an impact. So I love listening to those types of stories that I don't think get enough attention. So I usually do that in the 90-minute drive while I talk to the kids. And all right, we're gonna get going. See you there. We just got to the playground to let the kids kind of run around because they've been in the car for so long. This is one of our favorite playgrounds over in Buffalo. And we got the whole place to ourselves, so we're not even gonna wear masks. We sanitized our hands, we are good to go. Just gonna let the kids run around for a while so I can get some work done later. All right, we just got home from Buffalo. It took us a little bit longer to get home than I was expecting. So my husband actually went and got takeout while I was gone, which was nice. Usually we do HelloFresh, but the box doesn't come until Wednesday. So usually Monday and Tuesdays are our takeout day anyways. So it's already after 6:15 and I have to do my live video for my challenge group at 7, so we don't have a lot of time. So every single day this week, I'm going to be going live at 7 p.m. or around 7 p.m. to answer questions, because every single day they get a brand new training, and every single day I like to answer related questions for the group. And they get access to me so they can really ask me any business related questions that they want inside of that closed participant only Facebook group. So challenge weeks are super busy. It's a lot of late nights. I have a couple things I have to do even after that. I have to make some sales page updates. I have to do answer some emails and things like that. So I'm gonna be doing that after the live video. But while we kind of are heating up the takeout, I set up just some random activities for the kids to do so that they're not on their screens, which I'll share with you. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and heat everything up, and then I'm gonna hop on and do my live for my challenge. All right, so I'm about to hop on live for my challenge group. 7 o'clock, I'll probably be live answering questions for about an hour. We got some really great questions. We had people asking about what the most expensive part of a build out is, ways you can save money in a build out, how I got my funding, if there are grants available, if I took out my entire startup cost through a bank loan, if you need to hire an architect, and like the whole build out process always has a lot of questions. And then a lot of people asked about my specific area and things like that. My office is like under construction a little bit for reasons that I'll explain in a later video, but I'm gonna answer some questions. Yeah, and then we're gonna kind of relax to get some computer work done. Again, I mentioned I had some work to do, so I'm gonna go ahead and talk to everyone and I will see you back. All right, I just wrapped up my live. It was great. It's just day 1 of the challenge, so it's usually pretty simple, and then they get a little bit longer throughout the week. I really want to take a break, I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty exhausted. We started going at like 6 a.m. today. It's almost 8 o'clock. So I really want to take a break, but I really can't. I really need to open my computer back up and make some sales page updates. I need to check some email automations. I have to schedule some posts, answer some emails. I'm making a compilation video of some of my Play Cafe Academy testimonials. So I think I had like 30 people send in testimonials, people that have taken my course before, and I'm gonna go ahead and try and edit that today. So yeah, it's gonna be a busy night, but I'm so thankful for what I do, and I really wouldn't trade these long days for anything. So, all right, I brought some champagne up, and Chris doesn't know that I'm gonna ask him some questions and that I'm gonna end the vlog this way, so he's coming up in a minute, but it's gonna be a little surprise ending for him. So I thought this would be a nice way to kind of wrap up the vlog. This is actually how we were planning on ending our day. We got some champagne. We have an announcement that we're not going to share quite yet, but we're celebrating today. We're really excited, and obviously, no, I'm not pregnant because we're drinking champagne, but we're really excited about something coming up for us. So yeah, we're celebrating today, and I figured we would just address some of the more frequent questions that we get, especially since quarantine started, because like a lot of people, we have been together 24/7. We've been working together. Chris has a full-time job, but we also work together on our online businesses. So yeah, usually, I mean, for the first couple months of quarantine, there was no co-working office. Luckily, Chris is kind of back in the co-working office now. But it wasn't like that for quite a while. We were home all the time. We were with our kids all the time. So it was definitely a struggle. And when a lot of people ask us, you know, what the hardest part about working with your spouse is, I definitely think, for me at least, it's that it's really hard sometimes to separate work and play. Like, for example, we're gonna sit down and have some champagne to wrap the night up, but we're also gonna be working. We also have a couple more things to do. It's a launch week, so it's a really, really busy week. So it's definitely kind of hard to find that line, but what's kind of been the hardest part for you in terms of like quarantine working together?
I would say separation of church and state. So even though I have my own office here, it's still has see-through windows, and the kids are still young, so they don't understand that when I'm in my office I'm working. So they're always
they're always confused about when I can play with them, when I can hang out, which is nice because even though I work a full-time job, it's a job in the technology space, and we actually sell collaboration and video conferencing tools, so my job is completely remote, and I have the flexibility to kind of do work, get things done whenever I can, and that allows us to focus on our business as well, so it's been helpful.
Yeah, but it's definitely, like Chris said, it's hard, especially he used to travel a lot and he hasn't really been traveling anymore, so it's definitely been a little bit different. You know, we're used to spending a lot of time apart, and now we've been spending 100% of our time together, which has definitely been a big change. But I know a lot of people that are opening indoor playgrounds will end up working with their spouse, so for us, we try to get out together a lot. We try to have a lot of date nights where we don't talk about work. And we try to do some fun things, like we just got a new puppy. This is Chuck. Let me introduce him.
I'm his favorite, by the way.
Yeah, he's definitely a daddy's boy, which is not fair. This is Chuck. He's a mix, so he's part pug, part Boston Terrier, part French Bulldog, and then, what was the other one? Yeah, that was
That's
it.
it.
Boston Terrier, pug, French Bulldog. He's been with us for about a month now, so we try to do fun things as a family, and just as husband and wife, not business related, but it's definitely hard, especially in the beginning stages of our business. I felt like all we talked about was business stuff, and when your business goes through hard times, especially, it definitely puts a strain on your relationships. It's a lot easier when you're like celebrating things to have a positive relationship between, work and family, but when the business is struggling, it definitely puts added pressure on your relationship. So that's something that we've definitely had to work through.
Don't let your spouse turn into your business partner 24/7. You have to separate it.
Yeah, it definitely, we've gone through that. We've had to learn. We've had to make a lot of adjustments. We've had to kind of check ourselves. A lot of times it hasn't always been, cupcakes and rainbows, that's for sure. A lot of people see just, what I put out there on YouTube, and, there's definitely a lot that goes on behind the scenes that people don't see that is, definitely one of the harder parts about owning a business is doing it with your spouse. I think we consciously now try to keep a lot of things separate just because it's nice to have something that's like each of our own.
Yeah.
And hobbies and things like that. We joined a gym where we each go and we don't go together. We usually go separate because that's kind of like our personal time. We each take the kids out for like excursions and stuff so the other person can kind of have some relaxed time or work time.
Well, even in the business, we each have things that we take our own lead on and kind of keep the other outside of it.
Right.
And then we bring it all together.
Yeah.
It just kind of falls into place.
Yeah, like for example, Chris is a really good website builder, a really good sales page builder, and I have the nerve to go in and tinker with stuff all the time and make adjustments and try to clone things. And like in my mind, I'm trying to save him the trouble of doing it, but then I end up messing everything up and he has to redo it again anyways. So to Chris's point, kind of knowing our roles has been really helpful, because before I think we were kind of stepping on each other's toes and we were each trying to do everything. And instead of everything, instead of being a team and me doing 50%, him doing 50%, we were each trying to do 100%. So it caused a lot of rework, it caused a lot of confusion, a lot of breakdowns in communication. So, even though we're husband and wife, we still had to kind of sit down and say, okay, this is your role on the team, this is my role on the team. Like, let's agree that these are our strengths. We luckily have very different strengths that complement each other. So I love content creation, I love writing, I love producing videos, and that's just something that has always been my strong suit. I've always been a very strong writer, I've been great at communicating and things like that. Chris is amazing behind the scenes, he does great.
Implementing, building things. I'm a builder. I like to build things, plan things, implement them.
Yeah, so again, before we were both kind of trying to do everything, and it just ended up being a huge mess. And even in our brick and mortar business, when we had it as well, we were both trying to make decisions. We were both doing the marketing. We both had opinions on everything. And that was really when we got super frustrated, when we didn't have clear roles. So eventually I took the lead from our employees, and I was like, okay, I am gonna be the liaison. I am gonna be the one communicating with employees, because when we were both communicating with the employees and Chris was telling them one thing, I was telling them one thing, not only did we get confused, but they got confused as well. So we had to be really careful to make sure that they were getting their information and communication from one source, because if one person requested off to Chris, I had to make sure that I knew, and there's just way too much room for human error when you have a situation like that.
Yeah.
And then Chris kind of took care of a lot of the bills, a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, like the website maintenance. That was all kind of him. I did all of the email copy. I did a lot of the promotions. But again, even though I kind of came up with a lot of the promotions, Chris did the implementation.
But you gotta you gotta listen to each other and try everybody's idea. Even if your employees have ideas, listen to them because they might see things from a different perspective.
Yes, that's true.
Your business partner, your employees, and there's no harm in trying something or trying to understand it a little bit farther and actually implementing it and seeing if it works. If it doesn't work, you cut it off immediately and go back to plan B. Because I can't tell you how many times where, I suggested that, hey, you should try this promotion and do it this way, or communicate to this person this way, and then disregard, and then later on you tried it,
Yes.
and then it worked, and then vice versa. Same thing with me not listening on things, and then so that's one thing that we did learn and work through.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's made a huge difference.
Yeah, I'm stubborn, and I'm the first to admit it. I am the most stubborn person probably on the planet, and just because I did all the marketing research and I went to school for business, I thought that I should always be the authority on that kind of thing. But just like Chris said, everybody has different perspectives. Everyone has different creative juices that they bring to the table. And for a long time, I kind of let it be a one-way street, and I just put out whatever I thought would be best. And once I started opening my mind up to new ideas and thinking outside the box and listening to Chris and getting feedback from employees, customers, family, like anyone that had an idea, I kind of stopped shutting it out and thinking that they didn't know what they were doing and listening, and that really made me grow as a person for the better, and it definitely grew the business for the better. Once I stopped being so stubborn and started listening and getting outside feedback. So yeah, if you guys have any questions for us, one of our most highly requested videos has been like a business partner, husband and wife Q&A. So I know we answered a couple of the common questions, but if you have any other questions that you'd like us to answer, we're gonna do another Q&A soon. So comment below this video what you'd like us to answer, what facets of our life you'd like to know more about, like childcare, how we each find time to work on our own individual projects, how we decide when we're gonna work together. We're homeschooling this year, so if you guys have questions about that, anything that you guys wanna know about owning a business with your spouse, let us know, comment your questions below the video. And that wraps it up for today. We're gonna enjoy our wine, we're gonna cheers a little. And we're gonna do this all again tomorrow. Have a good week, guys.